Welcome to Reality Tea Times 2, the podcast where we discuss all the trash reality TV we love to hate. I'm Danica, and today we're going to be talking 90 Day Diaries. We have 4 episodes in total that we're going to have to um do. But in this episode, we're going to be doing 1 episode, and then we'll do them, go through that. Anyways, so before we get into it, let's just quick announcement, which is Patreon, which is going strong as always, where everything is on time. If you'd like to join Patreon, we have 3 tiers. First tier is $3 a month, Canadian, where you will get these episodes ad free. You also get AMAs every month, hopefully more to come once we get membership over there. Second tier is $5 a month, where you get everything from the first tier, as well as coverage from a reality show from yesteryear, and currently right now that's Jersey Shore. And I believe we are on season 3. And then for the third tier, which is $7 a month, you get everything from the first 2 tiers, as well as a coverage of a true crime documentary. We have a backlog on documentaries that you'll be able to have access to, but this month was Lacey Peterson, which should be done now. So yeah, and again, as mentioned before, you can also listen to like the first episodes of those, there's a short new season. You get the first episode of that on the free feed. You also get the first episode of the documentary. So like if it's a 3-parter, you'll get the third episode or the first episode of the documentary, me covering it. Or if it's like a longer form one or whatever, then you will get like the first episode of my coverage on the free feed. So you can also look out for those, which comes up, every month. But yeah, if you're interested in that, you can head over to patreon.com/reality tea times 2. Again, the link is in the show notes. All right, let's head into some hot goss. So, I don't cover Love After Lockup, Live After Lockup, Love During Lockup, but I do watch them. Um, I do watch them, and I do, for those people who do and maybe don't know everything that's going on, if you remember Amber and Puppy, well, Amber has been kind of really going through it lately. I think she was arrested as well. That did happen, which is really, really sad. But Mary Pants on Instagram posted this. I wanted to share some difficult news about Amber Eggers from Love After Lockup. A close source has informed me that Amber has been seriously ill for the past few weeks. What began as untreated pneumonia has unfortunately progressed into a severe blood infection, which has caused multiple organ complications. Amber is currently in the hospital on life support. At this time, her condition is critical and the outlook for recovery is uncertain. Her family is by her side, and extended relatives and close friends are making arrangements to also be with her. So this is really, really sad. Like Amber, for me, I never saw her original season. I will be, probably very soon. But I've watched her on Life After Lockup, and when she got out, pretty much forgot off from that point, um, and then with Puppy, obviously with her back and forth, and she's yeah, we don't need to talk about Puppy right now, but I really rooted for Amber. I wanted her to be good. Um, so to see that she's not doing good between arrests and now this, it's really, really sad. I really hope that she pulls through and, stays on the right track and does what she needs to do. I really hope for that. I think it would be really, really sad to see her not make it. Um, but yeah, that's that update. Let's go on to the next. This is a trigger warning for DV, and this is involving, if you remember, Rishi of Rishi, and what was her name again? What was her name? I can't remember her name right now. But this has to do with Rishi. Now, if you remember, Rishi did get married, I believe last year. Well, she's come out with some interesting things, and this is something that you probably easily find on any social media. But she has this to say her to Rishi. Bye bye, Rishi. I'm glad we were never actually married. Okay, so they weren't actually married. And you kept that from me. Have fun in your own bullshit with your fake people. One mistake I deserve a chance, my ass. Your chance was meeting me in an earth of 1 billion people. How lucky you were. I hope your next girls or lovers don't face what I have. Farewell, you don't deserve your beautiful family. Bye bye. And she posted this with a backdrop of photos of many times that she has been abused by him. Um, so ew. I hope we never see him again. That's disgusting. He's horrible. Anyway, I'm glad she got out. Let's move on to the final piece of hot goss. And again, this is also trigger warning for death, cancer related. Let's get to it. So, Ben Rathburn Bunn, who, as we know, is with Mahogany, he has passed away from cancer very recently. This is like, I think this week or last week, actually, is coming out tomorrow. According to the sources, this is coming from somebody, Shabuti, that is coming from Shabuti. Rest in peace to Ben, and I know this is a difficult time for his family and for Mahogany, who was still with him through these heartbreaking times. Sending love and prayers. Also, keep editing all negative comments to yourself. This is not the time or place, and I agree with that. Listen, Ben and Mahogany storyline was a very interesting storyline. He, in his life, did some interesting things and made interesting decisions. However, no one deserved what he went through. And at the end of the day, he had children, whether, I don't know, the relationship or whatever, but he did have children. And his children no longer have a father. So, yeah, I would agree. No negative comments on this. Rest in peace to Ben. Thank you for giving us the laughs that you did. Thank you for the runaway train. All right, let's now get to the reason that we are here. Okay, so let's head into the reason that we are here, and that is 90 Diaries, episode 9. And we start off with update with Jenny and Sumit. So they're renewing their vows. I have questions because you complain you have no money, my guy has no job, and we're gonna waste money renewing our vows, which apparently is something that actually is not really done within, you know, I don't know if I wish I say Indian culture or maybe within Hinduism, but I don't just like, why are we doing this? Anyway, they're going to be going to his parents. They don't know they are renewing their vows. Here's my hot take. I don't think they're renewing their vows. I think they're just, well, they're renewing their vows, but they're doing it because, well, his parents weren't there. So I don't know at the original wedding, but so when they get there, they're like, welcome, Jenny. And I'm like, she has never, and that we've seen, been welcomed into their home before. This is incredible. Anyway, we see like she's holding hands with his, well, with his, I think his mom. It's just, it's so nuts to me seeing like where they've been for most of the time we've seen them. Like I know they obviously, Jenny and his mother were friends before. We just never saw that, you know? So it's so weird. It's so weird. So Jenny and Sumit end up inviting his parents do the renewal, and they say, well, his dad says we'll come because, and we have some smiles. It's great. It's fine. The next day, we start talking about Sumit, the lack of him not being able to get work. That's not going well. So his parents are like, well, for the ease of things, why don't you just come here and stay with us? Pardon? Oh no. But Sumit, being the mama boy that he is, doesn't even think to talk to his wife about this before answering the question. He's like, living here would be great. And Jenny's like, the fuck? We need to discuss. And she says to him, like, why didn't you talk to me before making that decision? Here's the thing now. She does say in front of them, we'll need to talk about it. There is no other way to go now. There is no other way to go except accepting the invitation to live with them because you can't, he's all enthusiastic about it. If Jenny were to be like, no thanks, we're right back to square one. She has no choice. They have to live, they have to live there. They have to live there. This is, Cement gone fucked her. Like, seriously. Anyway, that's basically Jenny and Sumit. We do see them again. So we'll get to that. So Stephen and Olga. Now this was interesting. We know what's gonna happen because again, if no one knew, Stephen did come out and then Olga did, with basically confirming that yes, they are separating. So we kind of knew where this was headed, but it was still, I guess, interesting. Okay, so they are currently at this point not living together. I think he's living with a friend or something. She tells us that she's working in marketing, but she is still doing her photography. If you remember, she mentioned she was interested in doing photography. She's meeting up with a model to do her photos, and that model, y'all, is Fernanda. So if you remember from a few episodes ago, um, Fernanda did mention that she was trying to catch her break in New York. So there you go. They sit and talk after doing the photos about her and Steven, that they were talking about separating. And Fernanda basically says, like, don't stay together for the kids. You're better off separating for the kids. That is for the kids because they're going to know what's going on. And she says, like, I can't survive here. Is what Olga's saying. She can't survive here. So I'm thinking of going back to Russia with the kids. No, girl. No, girl. Here's the thing. First, number one, I have no idea if we're going back to Russia. I mean, with the state of things right now, I don't know if going back to Russia is a good idea right now. But anyway, besides that, that's besides the point, really and truly, because you don't have the right to take off with your kids. You are married. Neither one of you have custody of those kids. He can't take off with those kids. You can't take off with those kids. You can't. I'm sorry. Like, I think it's very much of wishful thinking for her to think that he's going to allow her. I hate using that word, but these are his kids too. So that's why I'm using that word, that he's going to, let's say this, let her take them away to a whole ass other country. Now, do I understand not being able to survive in New York? Absolutely. I don't know why these two idiots moved to New York in the first place. They weren't in a place to live in New York fucking city. So that I understand. But you can't go off and take off to a whole ass other country that he might not be able to go to see his kids. That's not going to work. You can't do that. And I would say the same shit to him. You can't do that. Sorry. You just can't. So, and we'll see kind of how that conversation will go because she does have the conversation with him. You can't just take off with your kids. You can't. I don't know. And the reasons for why she even thinks it, I understand. She thinks she can't survive here. She can't do, which I totally understand. Like I said, um, but the what ifs that she speaks out into the universe, you cannot live your life nor make decisions for your entire fucking family off of what ifs. You can't do that. So, yeah, so like I said, they talk. He suggests, let's, give us 6 months to a year. And let's see, like, let's stay separated, give ourselves some time. Maybe we can get back to each other. Here's the thing, you can't do that without him doing the work. You need to have like some sort of counseling involved. You need to make an actual effort to make it work together. You can't just fuck off in opposite directions and hope for the best. This is not how that works either. But she says, no, if I'm moving forward, then I am moving forward. She doesn't want to hold on to things. It's just, she doesn't want to do that. Um, so with that, they basically agree to separate. But she says, I don't want to be here alone with 2 kids. So he says, where are you gonna go then? Like, where what? And she's like, go back to Russia. And he's like, yeah, no. And I understand what he's saying. He's like, listen, I didn't have a father. I want to do differently by my children. And he seems to be involved in their life, at least on camera. But I think he's been pretty active in their life, I hope. Don't make me look like an idiot by saying that. I think he's been pretty active in their life. So, no. It's one thing if he's not active, he doesn't give a fuck, then fuck off to Russia. But he's active and he's in their life. They, you're also not thinking about your kids. How would moving away from him affect your children? They're not gonna be able to physically see him. How that make them feel? Like she's only thinking about herself in that moment of, I'm gonna go back to Russia. You're only thinking about yourself in that moment. You're not actually thinking how it's going to affect and I can't remember their son's name, but he's old enough to know where the fuck is my father. Your daughter is old enough to know, Alex, that's his name, is old enough to know where the fuck is my father. And here's the other thing too. Did anyone notice when Steven is talking about his kids potentially fucking off to Russia, that he's only talks about Alex? He doesn't talk about his daughter. Did anyone else catch that? Anyway, she says to him, like, what if I lose my job? What if it this? What if that? You can't live your life on what if. Right now you have a job. Right now you're working. Is that coming from somewhere? Are you afraid you're going to lose your job? Which is, again, you are entitled to unemployment, right? And like he said, I have no choice but to step in and help. I will do whatever I have to do to make sure you and the kids are okay. That is his responsibility. Listen, Steven's an ass, but I think when it comes to his family, he's pretty dedicated. Maybe to a fault, and that's okay. Be dedicated to a fault. So it's just, yeah, no, you can't live your life on what ifs. But anyway, that's basically it for them. All right, next we have Jamal. Ugh. I wrote I hate it here because I can't talk. Well, I talk enough about him, so let's do this. He's in Vegas, just hanging out. Hate that too, because we all saw the video in Vegas, right? Benny was in it. Yeah. Um, he's like, I don't really know how to dance. No shit. Really, none of you do. And he literally says, that's why I leave it to Rob. He can't dance either. He can't dance either. The fuck? Anyway, they're literally, as we know, this is the video where they did Bye Bye Bye, I believe. in Vegas, and I wrote no sync, not in sync, no sync. That's their group name. He's thinking of moving back to New York City. If I remember, he was living in NYC when, Kimberly was first introduced to us with Usman, and all that. And then he moved back to San Diego, following the death of his grandmother and his aunt. So he's meeting up with his friend Jordan to kind of tell her, I'm thinking about moving. This bitch is acting like it really is dying tomorrow. You can't leave. Your mom needs you. His mom is in her 50s. His mom is out here doing her thing. Okay. She's living her life. Yes, she may not necessarily be happy about him leaving, but like, she's not dying. The fuck? Anyway, so he does go and speaks to Kimbali to tell her. So I'm thinking I might want to move back. And she says, I feel sad, that you're leaving, and I feel lonely that you won't be here. You're all the family I have left. And that was really sad. Like, she literally, like, again, she lost her mom. Her mom was sick. And then her sister died within like a few months, I think it was. It's really sad. Um, but she says at the same time, I won't stand in your way. If this is what you want to do, this is what you want to do. Now, he's not leaving tomorrow, but like, yeah. Anyway, that's Jamal. Let's move on. This was, y'all, y'all buckle up. This was great. Now we're talking about Usman, aka Soldier Boy, aka King of Africa, my ass crack. Out of that part, here we go. We skip right over BGL for reasons. Okay? We know the reasons. So that's that. And we talk about how he met Kim and all that. He's building a new house. It's actually really, really nice. It's a really nice house that he's building. So he's gonna go see his manager. His manager is wanting some new music because his music is right now, it's in the top charts. So we want to keep that momentum. And I'm like, where? Where in the top charts? Is that my fault? Oh shit, did I do that? Because his music does slap. Like the beat, not so much the lyrics, the beat. It does slap. So I'll give, did I do this? I don't listen to his music that often, like maybe once every 6 months, maybe every 3 months. But like, did I do this? Anyways, topping where? Topping where? Where they topping? I want to know where they are charting, where they are topping. Because no. So Usman's like, okay, so listen, I got some ideas. Okay, should I do a song saying that I'm searching for a wife? Is that any different than any other song that you've done? You've done songs about BGL. You've done, actually, I don't even think you did a song about Kim. That's so sad. You did a song about Zara. This is all you've done is talk about your future wife. Come on now. So he's like, should I call it Searching for My Wife? Can you not? That's a horrible name for a song. That's not catchy. The fuck? So his manager is like, what about Dream Girl? I'm like, okay, you know what? Dream Girl's good. No. Dream Girl, are you there? Or where are you? That's what he said. Where are you? You had me a Dream Girl. You lost me a where are you? Like, what? And Usman's like, yeah, I like it. Hold on to that, okay? It was called Dream Girl, Where Are You? It's about to change in a minute. So we're at the studio. Let's drop the beat. So we're listening to the beat. We had two different beats. The second one was good. Now the song is called Dream Girl, Are You There? Again, you had me at the dream girl, you lost me, are you there? It's literally, hey God, are you there? It's me, Margaret. It's like, you know what I mean? So stupid. Then on the fly, this man starts quote unquote writing, because it's not really writing. It's so bad, y'all. It is so bad. If you don't watch Diaries, the one thing that I urge you to do is watch this part. This one part of this man singing or writing. It's like I can't even. It's like dream girl. Well, it's so bad. It is so bad, y'all. It is so bad. Someone says that's some crazy shit, and I wrote, yeah, just for different reasons. I'm thinking different reasons than your reasons. It was so bad. But we won't see Usman again until, well, later tonight with Hunt for Love. But anyways, that is it for episode 9. Stay tuned. We'll be doing episode 10. I don't know if I'm going to do episode 10 right away or what's going to happen. I haven't decided because Secret Lives of Mormon Wives is going to be coming out very soon on my feed. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. But anyways, that is it for me. That is it for this episode. So if you like what you heard, please rate, review the podcast on either Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Also, don't forget that you can also share us with everyone in your life if you really love this. And I do want to read those reviews. I'm definitely getting 5-star ratings, but I want to read those reviews. So send me those reviews and I will read those 4 and 5-star reviews on the podcast. Also, we're on every one of your favorite podcast apps, every one of them, including you can find us on YouTube at Reality Tea Times 2. If you want to connect with us, you can do so by going to either Facebook or Instagram at Reality Tea Times 2. You can also find us on Twitter, TikTok, Reddit at Reality Tea Times 2 Pod. We also have our email, which is at realityteatimes2 at hotmail.com. Definitely want to hear from you guys. And we also have our new website where you can listen to all of these episodes. You can review the podcast on there as well. You can connect with me in any way, all the stuff. It's all there, and you can find me there at www.realityteatimes2, all spelled out, .podpage.io. It's there. And don't forget, I also have my other podcast with my friend Mikkel, Next Week Podcast, where we talk about all kinds of different topics. But you can find us on any of your favorite podcast apps over there as well. Or you can also go to YouTube and you go to Next Take Podcast, as well as our website, which is solo.to/Next Take Podcast. So yeah, there's that, and that's basically that. And again, don't forget, if all of this information is overwhelming, we do have all of the links, everything in our show notes. But that is it for now, guys. Thanks. Bye.